Here we go, live. It's the first day of October, right in time for the fourth quarter. We are beginning the fourth quarter today. How's everyone doing? Let's see who's gonna be hanging out with me today on today's live. I am going to talk today about the massive change or shift that happened in business that will basically impact business owners in 2018. And this is really important because you only have a tight timeline left in 2018 to act, to implement, and to basically take action on some of the changes that you will need to implement in order to benefit from this massive change. As I said, that there hasn't been a change like this in 30 years in business, 30 years. And what it means for business owners is a lot of savings, it's a lot more money in their pockets. But the thing is, planning is key. So you have to get it right. You have to get your numbers right. You have to know what to expect, what to change in order to see the money, to see the extra cash flow from your business. So what I'm talking about is this, the Tax Cut and Jobs Act. So pretty much this is a new, the changes to the tax code that pretty much for a lot of small business owner, it's effective in 2018. So this is a year that you will see a lot of changes when it comes to your taxes. So whether you are organized officially as a business, whether you're filing your tax return as a 1099 contractor or anything like that, this will impact you as long as you have that status as either a business owner or independent contractor. So as you can see, this is just an analysis. This is just not even the complete thing. And so there's a lot of stuff in here. There's just a few things for people who have. Hey Raquel, thanks for joining. Just a few things for people who are on W-2s, but there's a lot of things in here. Probably 90% of this is for business owners, no matter what type of business you have. Some of the things in here are pretty standard for you as a business owner. So there's a lot of changes to implement going forward in 2018, changes that you may have not done before. Hey Michelle, thanks for joining. So as I mentioned, this is the largest rework in the tax code in 30 years. It's a massive shift for business owners. The large corporation guys, they've already cashed in on their savings. They've already made adjustments for it. They're excited. I just wanted to see small business owners get a little more excited about this and to get information that will show them the true savings that they can have and basically benefit from this bad boy. So I'm here basically speaking on behalf of all small business owners to find out what changes are going to be for you, your business, your situation specifically for 2018. Find out before it's too late so that you can benefit from this. As I said that, the large companies, they already have their party. They had it since last January because they've already seen that money sitting in their bank account. So I want you to also see some money sitting in your bank account. So what does it mean for you as a small business owner? As I said, it means less taxes for some of you. For some people, it may be more, but the people who plan correctly, they will see less taxes. It means that you have to make certain changes. So basically, the way that you were doing things or the things that you were claiming in 2017 may not be the optimal tax strategy for you anymore going on in 2018. And basically, what about people who are new in business? My heart goes out to the new business owners all the time because a lot of time they just don't know, and it takes a while for them to catch up. So even if you're brand new in business, just find out what's going on, because a lot of new business owners don't really even understand that, just because you spend money, it may be a business expense, but it may not be a tax write-off. And, what's the, how do you play around with those two to make sure that, you're reducing your taxes from the first year that you start your business. So there's a lot of stuff also in here for new business owners, but seeking information and implementation is the key. So let me tell you a little about the timeline that you have for implementation. So pretty much it's the first day of October. So you're heading into so this quarter is the last time you have. Normally what I'll tell business owners that as long as they do something before December 31st, then you will be able to see the benefit in, when you file your tax return the next year. So it's all about implementation. But because there's so many changes and you don't know what changes that you specifically have to make this year, it may be an entity change, it may be changing how you pay yourself, it may be reworking some of your deduction. What I would say based on that is that you need to start looking at things in October and November before Thanksgiving, because once Thanksgiving hits, everyone goes on vacation and you pretty much can't get much done at that point. And the reason you want to go ahead and meet this timeline, because there may be changes, there may be elections that need to be filed, you may have to rework some of your expenses and so forth. So that will at least give you some time to basically cash in on some of these changes before December kicks in, because you may not have time in December. It's hard to get in touch, with the service in December, just in case that you have to call them and, trying to see if your elections are accepted or something like that, that everything has to be done by December 31st. And one of the other thing, so what you want to make sure that you start doing right now in the fourth quarter is to get your numbers updated and, have, someone, your tax advisor or someone do, a tax analysis or, or something like that, some tax planning on your file to see, how you can basically, what's the best way that you're going to benefit from these changes. And then they will also be able to recommend to you the things that you need to implement, the timeline, so that you can benefit from it. And the last thing that I will share, don't want to go too long today. The last thing that I will share is also whenever that there's a new tax law or a tax code change, then guess what else happens? Increase in IRS audits, right? Because they're when things are new, they're less compliant. People don't really know what they're doing, and so forth. So audit rates goes up, more returns get selected for audit. So you also want to make sure that you're good with all the documentation, even though there's a lot that change within the, when it comes to, business deductions, what you're going to get, tax rates and so forth. The documentation process for keeping what to keep in the event that you get an audit has not changed. So, you still have that, hurdle to meet, and you still have to get information that you need to know what to keep. A lot of people will say that, I'm spending money with my debit card and my credit card. You can just completely forget about your debit card and credit card, because if you get audited, it doesn't matter. If you haven't get audited before, great, get information. Implement. If you have, who feels it knows it. So you will know that if you think that it's your debit card or your credit card just because you charge them is documentation. Will tell you right now that it's not enough documentation for you to win if you get audited. But I will share more information on the documentation side this week. Actually, I will share some information with you this week, so that while you may be thinking about the changes. Why do I keep holding up my book? It feels good. I like it. This has a lot of money in there for you. It has a lot of money savings. So make sure that you understand how it's going to impact you in 2018. But anyways, what I was going to say is that when I also want you to save money, but I also want you to keep those deductions in the event if you get audited. So I'm going to be sharing some information with you this week, what to keep, what that process looks like, how you can easily implement these items, and I also have a free download for you to get this week. So stay tuned this week, and I will let you know how you can get that free download so that you can implement just some simple steps to keeping your documentation, knowing exactly what to keep for each expense items, so that in the event that you get audited, then you will be pretty much good to go. And as I said, that as the rules change when it comes to tax laws, audits goes up, because compliance is always low when something is new, and ignorance is just never an excuse for the service. So you want to make sure that you know exactly what documentation that you need. That's it for today. I will see you tomorrow and the rest of this week, and I'm going to give you some more information on record keeping and what documents you need to keep for each expense items that you spend in your business. Thank you guys for joining. Have a good day.